Hello and welcome to India Today. This is Anita Brito in conversation with four super or Wonder Woman of our industry. Please welcome Ratna Pathak, Fatima Sana Shaikh, Mirza and Sanjana Sanghi. Hello guys. Pehle to please a very big applause for all four of you all. I have loved the trailer and genuinely I feel like removing my bullet out and go for a trip. That bullet is a gift from my father.
Oh, wow.
He taught me how to ride the bullet. Oh. So I still have, and it's a very old bullet. So wo trailer dekh ke to I want to remove my bullet and start riding it right now. I want to know from every one of you all, what is the first memory of riding that bullet? Oh. Please.
Falling off it, first of all. That's my first memory. And thank God our trainer Ritika had so much patience and she kept on and on at us, and the people from Royal Enfield, they came and helped us out, but it was a really tough one. The weight of that bike, oh man, it is that took me by surprise completely.
How long did it take to learn?
I won't say I have fully learned or anything, but we rehearsed, we practiced with it a good month at least, if not more, probably more, and then we kept practicing along the way also, because the terrain was all kind of rather tricky. So yeah, so it was quite a challenge for me, terrible challenge. Not so for Fatima.
नहीं हाँ मैंने भी आपके जैसे ही मेरे पापा ने सिखाया मुझे ये थोड़ा हाँ मल्टी सॉरी मुझे भी मेरे पापा ने सिखाया बुलेट. And my brother used to ride, so I pestered him that I want to learn, and he had no bias against a girl child or a boy child, so he taught me.
How sweet.
Yeah, that was nice. Then I pushed it down the drain, but that's a different thing. Conversation altogether.
Once you learn, you don't forget.
Once you learn, you don't forget.
True. Even now, if I get the bike and
you'll
ride
be able to do it,
yes.
yes.
Easily. Yeah. But मुझे तो kick करके सीखना पड़ा था.
अरे बाप रे.
That self-starter बाबा not
same
possible.
ना, तभी 90s में तो kick करके ही सीखना पड़ा था.
Nice.
My first memory of riding a bike now or in life?
In life or now when you were learning? I don't know when you started.
No, so I learnt for this film at the age of 40 after delivering this beautiful child, and I would have never imagined that I'd get the opportunity to do this because it was a lifetime desire to ride a bike. I was that little girl who would hold my father tight and feel the wind in my face and dream of riding a bike someday. And I lost him when I was very young, so it became a very, you know how some memories just stay and have that feeling. And I felt so connected with my father when I would hold him tight and go for rides with him, that I wanted to have that in life with people that I loved and maybe even my children. I don't know. I haven't gotten that point yet. But so it was very, very special to get on a bike and learn how to ride. And the one thing that held me back all these years was my fear of falling or getting hurt or getting injured. That stopped me. And interestingly, the day I got on the bike, within 19 minutes, Ritika had left her hands. I had found my center of gravity point and I was riding. And within an hour, I was riding independently. So it was so silly, no? You discover that you've, stopped yourself from doing something for so long when you could have just done it.
So at least it is a checklist for you.
One of the most empowering moments of my life, learning how to ride a bike.
I think, for me, I mean, the first time I must have sat on a bike was, when we sit with some boys. Yeah. and I felt most angered and frustrated because I was like, it feels like you're just subservient to what this person is doing. And then on day one, when the bike was kind of shown to us for training and you get onto that beast, it feels like ye to hone hi nahi wala. So I was like, mujhse nahi hoga.
It was a very big bike.
Yeah, they gave me a rather
tall bike.
There are the 350s in the Royal Enfields, and then there's the 411. Like mine was a 411cc, so it used to feel extremely large to manage, very tall. But like Dee said, I mean, it's one of those things that you don't think you can do, but when you just kind of inhale and let that fear go, and you realize that your instructor is actually not even holding you, and you're just going, is when something shifts and you just feel
free.
You feel free. And especially up in the Himalayas, I feel like when I had a moment where I couldn't kind of fathom that what was happening was real. I was meant to smile in a shot and I completely welled up and tears started trickling down my face because we just looked around where we were, those snow-capped mountains, with a camera in front of our face, riding this Royal Enfield. It felt surreal. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's also very humbling because you're in front of this humongous mountain and you feel so small, but at the same time there is this lightness and this feeling of ऐसा कैसे दिल भर जाता है तो वैसा फील हो रहा था.
So correct with what she's saying because I was actually meaning to say it as well. You feel very finite, but you also feel infinite. The mountains do that for you. It's almost like you recognize the vastness that exists within you, and yet the fact that we're just a fraction.
I can connect to all of you when you're saying this is because I just recently went to Kashmir and Kashmir made me feel that wadiyan, that thing, you just feel free. There's something about these mountains that make you really connect with them and just make you lose in front of them. But
Imagine if they could tell stories.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would have been so brilliant.
I just hope to God that we let them be.
Yeah.
Look at what we are doing to our mountains. I mean, we don't deserve to be forgiven for that. At the moment, what is happening in our mountains as we speak today, it's unforgivable what is happening. We've seen it. We've seen this all along the way. In Manali, the place where we shot and we spent so many days, there's no road left there. I can't believe that beautiful place that we went through, it's in shambles now. My God. Anyway, but we're talking of happier things.
Yes. On that happier note, I want to know what makes each and every one of your heart, that one thing that makes it go dhak dhak. What is that one thing?
Oh, lots of things make my heart go dhak dhak. But one thing definitely, overcoming fear. That is something, and I'm a very fearful person. I don't come across as that to a lot of people, but I am. And I've had to fight my fears all my life. And as I become older, I'm noticing that the fears are just increasing. And on one hand, physical fears, I don't want to break a bone now, for example, because I know it's going to take so long to set. But apart from that, there are certain things that I've stopped fearing. And that really, of what anyone else thinks of me. That loss of fear is fabulous. It's spectacular. So, this business of dealing with fear, that makes my heart go dhak dhak also and dhak dhak also.
I think it's the same with me, but मैं बहुत जल्दी excited हो जाती हूँ नई चीज़ों को सीखने के लिए. So that's when my heart starts pounding because I'm so excited to learn something. चाहे वो फिल्म शुरू करना हो या ऐसी कोई स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ना हो जिससे मैं resonate करती हूँ, that really excites me. So I think for me the learning bit is very exciting, and that's when my dil goes thak thak. Yes.
I think for me it's any moment, anything, any experience that makes me feel alive in the moment. It could be but the time I'm spending with my child, or a beautiful story I'm reading, or a great film I'm watching, or just the energy that I'm feeding off somebody that I've just met. It's I think when you feel aligned with everything around you, and there's a synchronicity that takes place, much like the feeling that you feel when you're riding a bike. That's when your heart goes dhak dhak. And I feel that especially as a mother with my child. It's almost like the beginning, the end, the before, the after. Everything ceases to exist. There is only now. And that's when you feel your heart the most, and it exists.
What did you manage to take your baby on the bike ride? Did you take?
yet.
No.
But
Will you?
He's seen me, and he's like, Mama riding bike. Now he started talking.
So sweet.
I think for me, my heart really, at least at this stage of my life and up till now, goes dhak dhak when it's any moment of honesty, any moment of experiencing an honest moment, whether it's with your loved ones, whether it's an honest moment in performance, like this moment riding the bike, feeling overwhelmed will always be stuck in my head because it was an honest moment I had with myself. Or, Dia and I do work in activism in different spheres, but I work in education, alleviation, and when I'm with the girls that I pray to have a better future for, a moment with them, that's the most alive I've felt, like Dia mentioned, and yeah, and that's when I can feel my heart kind of beat.
I love this conversation. But tell me one thing, do you think the female bonding films are getting its due now in our Indian cinema, or बहुत और थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा? Because you know we have seen films like दिल चाहता है, जिंदगी मिलेगी ना दोबारा, where male bonding, male friendship, male travelers, we have seen all the stories. But do you think we are still there, or we are yet to be there? What is your thoughts?
Dia has been saying this several times today, and that this is one of the few films, or maybe even the first film, where a bunch of women are on a road trip. Of course, many others will come along, but for this one definitely has another added difference, that it's a bunch of women who didn't know each other.
Yeah.
They're not friends going for a trip together. They are people who are discovering each other as people, and who have problems, who don't trust each other, who suspect each other, and yet have to go this route together, and what that does to you. So there is a very special quality about this film. It is probably the first, and I certainly hope it will not be the last.
This film is a beacon of light. It's something that, as an artist, as woman, in a world that is deeply unequal, it gives me so much strength and so much just optimism that we've even told the story.
Yeah.
And what's really wonderful, of course we would have celebrated it if a woman had written and directed it, but I celebrate it so much more because two men wrote the script and a man directed it, and and that is really what will drive equality in our world.
Yeah.
When men and women become each other's partners and facilitate that equality, and just recognize that we need to be treated as human and need to be treated well and with dignity.
Yeah. But do you think women writers, when they write female characters, are better, or you know they do more justice to the
It's a
characters?
very easy categorization to
Yeah.
make.
It's very
Finally, the good writer is an extraordinary spirit also.
In itself.
Women, men, भी है, कोई भी हो आप, कोई मतलब फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अच्छा writer आप है कि नहीं, वो भी बड़ा मुश्किल है काम.
There have been lots of women that have women writers who have perpetuated patriarchy in their narratives, in the way they've written characters and everything. But it's also, yes, there are a lot of women writers who are continuously working towards creating more equal space. And it's in the nuances, it's in the depth, it's in the, like I see the kind of writing that Reema and Zoya and Alankrita and Shonali and Ruchi and so many more women are doing. And it's fantastic. We need more voices like that, because what they're addressing is not just a one-dimensional thing. They're addressing every layer of inequality, which is set in caste, which is set in culture, which is set in religion, which is so. It's a good time to be in film.
But hopefully there will come a time when we won't have to say woman writer, male writer. It's just a writer. Inshallah, that time will come.
I hope so, very soon, because we have been in the industry for so long. Coming to that, ma'am, you have been in the industry for such a long time, and so many things have changed over the years. But there's something which is very, I want to know your opinion. What do you think of the age difference between a male actor and a female actress on screen when they are paired? What are your opinion?
Where the male actor is 62 years old and the female actress is expected to be nothing above 26 years old. Let's talk about this.
My poor husband did a film in which he had to come in and say a role. When he plays an elderly actor in Dirty Picture, he has to come in and say, "Ma, मैं pass हो गया, मैं college में first class first आया." And that really was a joke in the film, but it is a fact in our movies. उनको शर्म नहीं आती तो मैं क्या बोलूं? मतलब अपनी बेटियों से छोटी लड़कियों के साथ इश्क लड़ाने में उनको शर्म नहीं आती तो मैं क्या बोलूं? I mean, it's an embarrassment.
Dia, would you like to add something to that?
No, I'm saying that then let the women also play such parts, right? I mean, it's I'm saying I sit there. No, it's not about competition. I'm saying if it's perfectly natural
For the casting.
for the casting to
the
be
casting.
where, say, a male superstar is cast with much younger actresses, then the same should be true even for the women. Where, say, Madhuri Dixit is leading a narrative and she's cast opposite somebody who's much younger than her. But audiences, society, and even the industry will not perceive that as normal, because it's not something that has been perpetuated as acceptable.
But what do you think will bring this change? The audience's acceptance?
No, I think
Have a nice sociological debate here.
We can, but I think I'll be.
I feel ageism exists in the industry. It's very true and it's horrible, but I feel like a lot of us will make independent choices that will determine the course for the future for everyone else. I think, and those will be driven by the kind of choices studios make, producers make, directors make, and actors make of themselves.
And very important, what society is going to, how it will change. And it will change. Women are not going back under the ghungar and parda anymore. We are economically more viable today. We will drive certain stories to be told.
If they're wearing a burqa, they'll do what they have to do.
Yeah.
When I say a burqa and a ghungat, I mean a
Saying
repressive
oppressive.
kind of, it's
Yeah.
a sign of a certain repressive attitude towards women. Women will make their way and it will take time, but we will make our way forward.
We are there. We are almost there. But what time?
I mean, we are talking about 3.5 women sitting here. We are talking about a large number of women.
World which is recovering from COVID, where girls have dropped out of school. And so, no, I'm sorry, we are far away from becoming even
Workplace
close to.
representation of women in India is lower than most mediocre, मतलब low income countries. उससे भी कम हमारी औरतें काम कर रही हैं आज. So it's we have a long fight, and it will continue, and it will at some point work.
You know, since we are on this topic only, the biggest film of this year has been Jawan, which features Shah Rukh sir. Do you think we have reached the point where a film can be made from a female's perspective, like a female Jawan, not a male Jawan, but a female Jawan? Do you think we have reached there yet?
गंगूबाई चली थी ना बहुत.
हाँ, there are few actors like that, like Alia Bhatt, Kangana, who
तो उनकी
shoulder
वो
such.
commercial viability है जिसके कारण उनको लोग जाके देखते हैं. तो I don't know what it takes to achieve that stardom, because it's very rare now. I think these Khans are able to still sustain that, but otherwise it's still box office to box office for a lot of actors even at that stage. So there are very few actors who can still pull that audience irrespective of multiple failures.
No, is your question, can a Deepika Padukone lead an action genre film as the center of the narrative? Yeah, hell yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely.
And will it be as successful is your question? right?
Possibly.
I mean, potentially. Yeah.
I'd like to believe that the male audience will enjoy it, and the female
it's a well-made
audiences
film.
will enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Very important is
Yeah.
it is well made.
Yeah.
If it's a story that grabs attention.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters who you are. It is finally now the story and the film that is guiding some of the audience's attraction towards it. It's not just the presence of an attractive star. So that attractive star has to be backed by a good script and a good project.
Yeah.
And world over, that's happening.
And a support. Like you need producers and directors who believe in you. See, जब तक as an actor, अगर आप newcomer actor हो, अगर वो believe नहीं करें कि आप इतनी बड़ी फिल्म अपने shoulder पे उठा सकते हो, तो कोई भी believe नहीं करेगा. उतना भरोसा, उतना पैसा उनको एक नए actor पे डालना पड़ेगा, जो मतलब अच्छा actor है.
I am running out of time, but I have a quick segment that I want to do with you all. It's like the most sexiest comment we get.
Sexist.
Sorry.
I heard sexist.
I said that. Most sexist comments we face. Okay, so you all have to react. I have some comments. You all just have to react. How would you react to certain comments? Okay. You are a terrific actor, but I can't give you a lead role. Are you okay playing a mother-sister's role in the film? How would you react to this?
Absolutely. I mean, if the mother or sister contributes to the narrative, then what's wrong with the mother or sister?
As I have.
अगर मेरा मन करेगा, अगर मुझे अच्छा लगेगा, मैं excited रहूँगी तो definitely.
मैं तो मदर सिस्टर ही तो कर रही हूँ.
Okay. You are too pretty to do a serious role. You should quit acting and do modeling.
You should quit giving advice.
Nice one.
Damn good one. I faced this and I wish I had said this. I wish I had said this.
Okay. Next. You are good, but are you okay losing weight to wear hot outfit for a particular scene in the film?
Any day.
किसी ने बोला नहीं है ऐसा. I'm quite comfortable. Actually, I think there are a lot of actresses now who are comfortable with their bodies, and because of them, because they've represented body positivity. अब जैसे विद्या बालन हो गए, बहुत सारे लोग हो गए, तो at least मेरे generation के काफी सारे जो लोग हैं, हम लोग comfortable है. क्या करूँगी भाई एक point के बाद? इससे ज़्यादा नहीं हो पाएगा. And इससे ज़्यादा करना भी नहीं है. I have to live. We just ate brownie and chocolate and cakes. Yeah, want to live also. Want to have a good life. Feel satisfied.
All right. How will you promote a film when there is no link-up stories or controversies? We will have to create one. How would you
हम
rate?
लोग कर रहे हैं ना. Without any cat fights, without any झगड़ा.
Oh, that was my next question.
At least one cat fight, guys.
All right. Can women be as funny as men?
हम लोग हैं.
Are you talking to Maya Saravai?
Lovely. Lovely.
My God.
Say it on the mic once more, please.
Are you talking to Maya Saravai?
Woo! Okay, next. We heard there was a cat fight on the sets.
कौन बोला? अच्छा किससे हम हुआ ना
I can't tolerate Ratna Pathak. My God.
yeah.
She's a rat. You are a
Yeah,
cat.
rats. That's why.
That's why she calls me rat.
Yeah, because she's ratty, you know.
Dia, you wanted to say something?
I said our trailers dropped today and our film is releasing on Friday. We are happy to float any rumor we need to get the hot attention.
Yeah, and for just more people to know about our film.
How did you feel to work with an A-list actor?
आपको तो 4 गाने करने के लिए मिले इस फिल्म में. आपको कैसे लगा? आपको कैसे लगा?
नहीं लेकिन मेरे को तो सही लगा भाई.
I want to know.
Wow. A-list.
Yeah, who makes these lists is what I want to know.
You drive really well for a girl.
You talk too much for a man.
Anyone? Last comment on this?
We drive very well.
Well,
All
period.
of us.
Yeah,
All 4 of us. Even bikes now.
ride really well.
Ride.
Well, on that lovely note, thank you so much. It was lovely talking to all 4 of you all, and I'm really looking forward to the film. Let's ride to the theatre to watch this. Thank you so much. Thank you.